kick things off by asking my question, which is, I saw you yesterday at the airport. I asked you the all-important question, what was your go-to dish? Malaysian dish upon arriving. You said to me, Ipoh chicken with Nha Chor Kai.
Nha Chor Kai.
It's been 24 hours. Have you managed to indulge yet?
Of course. I already had my curry laksa, I already had my nasi lemak, I already had my Nha Chor Kai, I had already hor fun, all that. Yes.
Good stuff.
That's why I look so fat.
Well, we're going to kick off right now with some of the questions, of course, submitted by the media. Michelle Yeoh, we'll kick off attention. Michelle Yeoh, we'll start with, you mentioned in your speech that you were bringing the Oscar home. Today is that day. How does it feel to be back in Malaysia, and how does it feel to bring that Oscar not just to Malaysia, but to your hometown, your family, and to your late father?
Well, first of all, I think it was such an incredible journey. It was a roller coaster ride that started last year when the movie first came out. Everything Everywhere All at Once came out in March. So can you imagine the Oscars was this March? So it was a whole year of not knowing, wanting, hoping, wishing, and finally, I think closer to the end of the year, we heard rumblings that our movie had such great opportunities to be nominated. And of course, I myself was also put out there. And I must say, this is the first time there was any hope that I could be included in the table to have a conversation about why these kind of roles are so important, especially to someone who looks like us. And there's been so little representation for so long, for far too long. So, and I remember during the journey, everyone was always asking, so, do you want the Oscars? I'm like, oh, hell yes. Of course I want the Oscars. Who doesn't, right? I'm not going to beat around the bush and say, oh, no, you know. No, because it represents so much to so many of us. And I must say, I heard the roar of joy, happiness all across the world to Los Angeles. So I thank all of you for having been on that journey with me, because I felt your support, I felt your strength, because it was a difficult journey. Because it's quite lonely as well. And also, we were in completely new territories, because none of us had been nominated before. We didn't know what it was like, how the whole journey would be. And so to finally be there, I think when we were sitting there with Ke Huy Quan, with Jamie Lee Curtis, and both of them had already won their Oscars, and I remember them looking across to me going like, it's okay, right? I mean, like, what? It's okay if I don't win? Hell no. And I think my biggest fear at that moment was, it suddenly struck me, my mom is here watching. At first we said we'll get a few friends with her, maybe about 30 people, you know, because it's early in the morning. And finally, my sister-in-law Megan and Vicky, who are my with Calvin and Max, they had close to 400 people there. And that thought was, if they don't call my name, what's going to happen in that hall? So I am extremely grateful. I am so happy. I really heard all of you going, yeah, at that time. And here I am today, and this is Vicky. She helped to organize everything, my beautiful niece. And so, as promised,
oh, wow. And just to remind everyone, we will do a photo session at the very end of the PC as well, so don't worry. Or we can do it now. Well, once again, everyone, we can do another quick one at the end. We'll just get through some of your questions that you submitted. Thank you so much, Tan Sri Michelle Yeoh, for that. Just piggybacking off what you just said, actually, Tan Sri, I think that's a perfect segue into the next question, which is, what was it like, watching your mum's reaction during the Oscar viewing party in KL all the way from Hollywood?
I was overjoyed. I could feel that love and happiness, collectively, everyone. I think for me it was such a sense of relief to start off with. So I was really happy. And obviously my mom is overjoyed.
Good stuff. Well, another question here is, at the Oscars, you encourage ladies, don't let anybody tell you you're past your prime, never give up. Thank you, Asha. But have you ever, in your 40 years of shooting career, ever felt like you wanted to give up? And what was the one thing that kept you going in the past 40 years, as in what was the one life model that encouraged you through these trials and tribulations?
I think if I had that thought, I wouldn't be sitting here today. I think in our line of business, it's very important that you are truly passionate about what you do, because you never know what's around the corner. That once you finish a job, it's like, do you have the next job in line? It's not like you have a steady job. But I must say that I've been very, very blessed that I've had continuously been able to work on very interesting, very diverse, and very forward-thinking filmmakers that has enabled me to fight for what I truly believe in. Representation, diversity, especially empowerment of women. I don't believe just because we're a woman, we are a weaker sex. I mean, that is such an old school thought. And I don't think the men think that either. So why do we have to continue with this saying? And I think in America at that point, there was someone who said, oh, look at the definition of prime for women. Once you're past 30, you're past your prime. How ridiculous is that, right? So maybe someone should change that definition. And what? We should change the definition. We should never allow somebody to put us in a box. And that's always what I've strived to do, is not to be put in a box. I mean, if I've been put in a box, I honestly wouldn't be working so much.
And on that note, Tan Sri, in your opinion, what is necessary for the Malaysian entertainment world to be better recognized on a global scale?
I think we have so many stories that can be told. I think we have to be bold. We have to be courageous and know and believe in ourselves that we can. I think a lot of the times we box ourselves in a comfort zone where, well, let's just deal with our own market. When you make a movie, it should be global. It should not be for this or for that. That's when we speak a global language, and that's what we strive to do continuously. So I know there are amazing filmmakers from this part of our world, and we just have to, first of all, we have to create opportunities for them. We have to create platforms that will showcase their talent. So I do want to work very closely with the heads of studios here, people who can make the change, people who can push the path forward.
Yeah. And I think that's a great segue into this question, which is, Tan Sri Michelle Yeoh, have you ever thought about becoming a film director or producer in the future, and perhaps it being a Malaysian film, and why?
As a director, no. Because directors have no life. I love my life too much. Because being a director, you have to be completely invested in it. You eat, dream, everything. You have no time for anything, because being a director, you have to know everything and be everywhere all at once. I love producing. I have produced before, and now I can see that I've started to do so again. And because at one stage it was very important to identify what it is you are good at, push that forward, make people understand this is your gift, this is your talent. See me. And then now I am able to branch out more, because people have started to listen. People have started to appreciate what are the things we can bring forward. You know, as a Malaysian, as someone who is from this part of the world, the stories we can and are able to make that bridge. So yes, producing definitely. And as an actor, I love what I do. I am so lucky that I can say, it's not a job. it's really a passion. And people who are in the industry as an actor or producer or as a director will tell you the journey is not easy, because a lot of the times people see the glamour side of it. They see the finished product, but they do not see the journey that has been hard and difficult to get to that point.
And Tan Sri Michelle, how has your Malaysian upbringing shaped you into who you are today? Not just as an actress, not just as an entertainer, but just as you as a person in that world.
The beauty about Malaysia is we are multiracial. We have learned to live and embrace each other's culture, and I think that has fundamentally made me such a international, global person. So anywhere I go, I don't see differences. I see how I can learn from other people, because when we are here in Malaysia, we learn from our Malay friends, our Indian friends, our Chinese friends. I believe there was a beautiful advertisement that was made by our late film, I'm going to forget her name, but I will remember, where she asked a group of children, what is your race? And I remember there was a Chinese boy and a Malay boy, and they all stood together and they looked at each other very puzzled. Is she asking us to race? Because they do not see themselves as different. They understand, yes, my friend is Muslim and my friend is Hindu and I'm Chinese, and we all have different, but guess what? We all have great holidays to celebrate together. We have Hari Raya, we have Thai Pusam, we have Chinese, the Gong Hei Pa Choi and all that. So being brought up in an environment like that has made me much more open, giving, and accepting. And I think that's one thing that we all should do for each other, is to accept what we are. We should be different, and that's the beauty about the world, because it's the difference that we are that make us so complex, so vibrant, so dynamic. So growing up in Malaysia, that's something, of course I had very strict parents. That's also a very good plus. So it's a combination of education, very good education, a sense of nature. Being in Malaysia, we were in Ipoh, we had the hills, we could go to the sea, we had, Cameron Highlands and things like that. So we grew up in a very rich environment, from nature to people, and to understand diversity.
Tan Sri Michelle, you've been in Marvel, Star Trek, a Bond movie. What other big franchises would you like to be involved with next, and what type of role do you want to challenge next?
Well, I'm always looking for a challenge, and I think as an actor, that's what you continuously hope to be. It's like you feel like a new actor, that you are going to be challenged, you're going to learn something new, you're going to work with some incredible director or producer or actor, fellow actor, who will teach you, who will educate you to see how you can improve. What other franchise? Maybe we can create our own franchise, right? I mean, what's the limit here?
Exactly. And following your Oscar win, Tan Sri Michelle, how would you sum up your future plans in the entertainment industry in just 3 words? And why did you choose those 3 words?
Oh, God. In 3 words, why don't I just say, I love it? Why? Because I truly love what I do, I enjoy what I do, and I think if you have that in your heart, then you go with great fun and a good spirit. And I think that's what it is. I think what I've learned most of all from the industry is like, it's true collaboration. You can't do it alone. And that's what we have to learn to do, is to collaborate. And all of us have that incredible superpower. Every one of us have it, which is kindness.